Great Yarmouth, Norfolk. 48-year-old Esther lives in this two-bedroomed flat that is packed to the rafters with clutter.
Unfortunately, this has become a dumping ground.
It's got so bad, Esther is under threat of losing her home.
They have given me conditions, so I don't have my home repossessed.
She's been given an ultimatum. Clear the hoard now or be evicted.
I've hoarded before, but not to this extent. But death triggered it. So when my dad died, that was 2004, I kept things I should have thrown away. And then when I lost my brother in 2015, I started again thinking I might need this, in future I might need this. This is to me rock bottom, basically. Well, it affects me physically, socially, and mentally. Mentally, I think is the worst. And I've had enough of it. I've just had enough of it.
The threat of eviction has given Esther a wake-up call.
That's when I realized that I need to get help. And I accepted that I'm a hoarder.
She has no choice. It's clear up or clear out.
The anxiety would be having people in the house and obviously going through my things. I don't know how I'm gonna feel.
But with her home at risk, she's about to find out. She sent an SOS to Extreme Cleaners, Kaz and T.
The majority of our clients are on a notice to seek eviction, and we try to get there before action actually takes place.
We don't want her to lose her home.
No.
So
nobody deserves to lose their home.
Today, they've got an extra pair of hands. Stefan.
Hi Esther.
Hello.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank
Lovely
you.
to see you.
Come in.
Let's squeeze through. Okay, watch your step. The stairs are hazard. You know, you're climbing down the stairs at the side.
So basically, we've got 3 days to clear everything out.
A lot of things have got to go today because the clock is ticking and we need to get it sorted because we don't want you to get into any trouble. So a lot of things are going to go and they're going to go quickly.
Okay.
So hopefully you can keep up with the pace that we're working at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
All right then.
While Esther braces herself for a major transformation, on Merseyside, there's a hoarder who had his home decluttered 8 years ago. But you wouldn't know that now. 64-year-old Nigel shares his 3-bedroom flat with 7 sewing machines, yards of fabric, and his cat, Bindi.
I have many hobbies: sewing, machine knitting, crochet, hand knitting, quilting, patchwork. I use 1 bedroom for my knitting room, 1 bedroom as a sewing room. We have the lounge, the bedroom, the kitchen and the bathroom. Things have sort of spread a bit. I try to explain to people who don't have the hoarding disorder how things are and how your mind goes, how your emotions go, but they just don't seem to understand it.
Nigel started hoarding when his partner Sid passed away in 2002. He got help in 2011 when his home was cleared by cleaning experts, the Declutter Divas. But since then, he has gone back to his hoarding ways.
I tried not to get into this situation again, but I think losing Sid was one of the major things that happened that sort of took me a long time to come to terms with. I think that would probably just tip me over the top.
Many hoarders are reluctant to find help because they feel ashamed, humiliated, or guilty.
It can be embarrassing, so there's nobody really been in the flat for a few few years now.
But being one of over 1 million recognised hoarders in the UK does give Nigel some comfort.
There are other hoarders out there that are in the same situation as me. It would be good to maybe have contact with some of them at some point.
Coming up, we meet a hoarder who's not giving anything away.
No, these aren't to go.
Nigel gets a wake-up call.
Now is the time to act before we are digging you out of this in 5-10 years' time.
And T uncovers more than she bargained for.
There's some white dust in the room. Oh my God.
In Great Yarmouth, Esther is suffering from pre-declutter nerves.
It's not sentimental to them, but for me it's a catch-22. I think I have to let them make some decisions.
But extreme cleaners Kaz and T have just 3 days to save Esther from eviction.
Apparently, Esther's lost some keys in here somewhere, so I'm just trying to find them. So I've got to be careful how I pick the stuff up and how I throw it away, because I could be throwing away the keys and that's the last thing we want.
And it's not just the flat that needs decluttering.
Don't ride off anywhere, will ya?
Yeah, try my best not to.
You found them?
Brits are the biggest hoarders in Europe. The NHS estimates up to 2% of us have a hoarding disorder. So Esther and Nigel are not alone. And in Liverpool is 65-year-old Janice.
I don't really have any hobbies. Only going out and buying clothes. I go out and I buy clothes and then I come back and I try them on. It fills my day.
It's not just her day it fills. It also fills her 3-bed semi-detached. Hoarders are often blind to the clutter around them.
I didn't notice it. All the stuff, piles of it.
It was a visit from a stranger that opened Janice's eyes to how she was living.
It was only recently when I applied for a boiler that the lady said, oh no, we can't do anything. You have to get rid of all this stuff. It wasn't until then I realised there's quite a bit of stuff here. It was quite an eye-opener when I realised what I'd done. The hoarding started pure out of loneliness. When you go out, you always end up talking to someone. The only problem is you're buying stuff, so you're bringing that home.
And now Janice is ready to change her ways.
I've got to get rid of it. I've got to get rid of it.
The vast majority of hoarders live in denial and never see their hoard through someone else's eyes. But today, Janice is visiting Nigel. Could this be a breakthrough moment for one or both?
I was hoping to get some tips on maybe not doing it again. You know, me would help, wouldn't it?
Feeling a bit apprehensive because nobody really visits the flat. I don't invite people in. Hopefully, because she is a hoarder herself, she will understand more the situation. Hello.
It's a real eye-opener for Janice.
I don't know what to say, honestly. Do you need so many sewing machines?
Yeah.
Do you think people understand hoarders?
No, most of the people just think you're lazy, dirty, can't be bothered.
Do you think that?
Yes, I've had it previously.
Oh, have you?
Yes. So,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, people just don't get it. This is the kitchen, not the tidiest.
It frightens me a bit that if it hadn't have been for a broken boiler, I could have gone further, you know, and just...
I think it's quite good to talk to other hoarders because you don't really get the chance.
No, you don't.
And you can't really talk to other people.
It's someone who understands.
Exactly.
Because they're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's now got to stop, and I've got to get back to how I want it, basically.
Yeah. It will make an awful lot of difference to your life, as well as,
yes.
You know, you would be able to invite people in.
You're probably one of the first one that's been in here for a long, long time.
Yes.
But I'm hoping that will change.
Yes, it is, actually.
It was nice to chat with another hoarder and pick up their thoughts on my hoard and little suggestions about what might help. It was good to talk to somebody else who understands.
There's too much stuff and it was smelly, and I couldn't breathe. I was quite shocked that you could put so much in one tiny space, whereas I have a house. It's food for thought.
In Norfolk, Kaz and T are battling against time.
Put the stuff in there. You go for it quickly, then I can get on with the clean, you see. Brilliant. That's it. Keep going, keep going.
Esther is facing eviction if her hoard isn't cleared.
Once the kitchen is done, you'll be able to cook again.
I love hosting.
Invite people over for dinner.
Yes.
You like hosting?
Yeah, I do. I'm a social person. I like cooking for people. I like have people around. And I've been hiding for a very long time.
What's the last time you've actually socialised properly in your home?
I can't remember. It's embarrassing. I come from a culture where you're proud of where you live. I don't let people in. I don't want them to see me living like this.
It's a very African thing to eat together.
It means something, don't it?
Yeah, because I mean, even with West Indians, we always say a family that eats together stays together.
As a Kenyan, we tend to be very house proud. So you actually wear slippers to the house, you don't take shoes in. When I leave the house, I'm dressed nicely or whatever. So I have one side of me, which people see, then the other side, which I hide.
Esther's been really brave because in the black community and within black culture, there's no such thing as hoarding. There is, but there isn't. And for her to make it known and seek help, that to me is the way forward. Your home reflects how you feel.
Yeah.
But what you've done is you've enclosed your world in your home.
I know. It's protecting yourself, but it's also pushing away people. And I think because of the losses I've had, maybe I don't want people around because I don't want to lose anybody. Now I'm opening up.
You've cocooned yourself with your
protection.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I know it's really difficult to let go. And as much as we laugh and joke, I know it's a very serious journey for you. And I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying to you?
Thank you
know
so
what I
much.
mean? I'm really, really proud of you.
Just as they're starting to make a breakthrough,
What is that?
T makes a discovery that could derail everything.
There's some white particles, the white dust in the room. Oh my God.
T's saying that there's a white dust and stuff like that, so she's got the mask and everything.
Window can't open.
The thing is, there is asbestos in the property, but it shouldn't be live. It shouldn't be, it's in the ceiling. So that's a concern now.
If it is asbestos,
No.
the work will have to stop and Esther could lose her home.
That's washing powder.
No panic.
It's just washing powder.
Back in Liverpool, Janice has decided enough is enough and she's started to clear her hoard.
I don't know where I found the strength from to get rid of the stuff, but I knew that I had to, just for my own well-being.
After seeing Nigel's flat, she's determined not to suffer the same fate.
I felt that I had to clear it myself.
And now it's time for the return visit as Nigel heads into Liverpool.
Hiya.
Janice shows Nigel her clearing is still far from over.
Come out here and I'll show you in here. This I haven't done yet.
Yeah, you've got quite a lot to go through like I had.
Yes. It's a lot, but I'll get it done in the end.
It's good you're managing to tackle it. I know it takes time.
Yes,
Maybe just sort one box or one bag at a time and go through it.
Yeah, but if you do it that way, it takes too long. I just want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know, I just want it gone now.
Yeah.
The kitchen was like yours. It was completely full.
Yes.
And you couldn't see the worktops. It's a lot less than it was. It was completely full. I'll show you upstairs. This is my bedroom.
Quite a lot of clothes to go through.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I've done it all myself, and I'm quite pleased that it's all going to go.
Although they are united as hoarders, Janice and Nigel don't agree on the causes of hoarding.
This is a mental health issue. It was made a mental health issue a few years ago.
I don't agree. I think it's more loneliness than anything.
Well, I can't say I'm lonely really because I'm out 3-4 days a week. But this is the different ways it affects people and how people feel.
Yes, it will do.
Well, it's been lovely to come over and meet you and see how you're progressing. I think really you've done well to get all this organised and sorted. Just keep up the good work.
I will.
Good.
I'm determined. Very nice. Felt very uncomfortable having Nigel in the house. I felt really embarrassed to show someone else my hoard.
Janice may have started the clearance, but she's going to need help to finish it. So she's invited the boys round.
My name's George. Today we've come to see Jan. She's got herself in a bit of a rut and we're here to help her. What we're hoping to achieve today is to get her back to normal, where she can invite her friends round and be proud of her home, basically.
Hi, George.
Hello, Jan. How are you?
Come in. I want all this to go.
Yeah, hoarders come in all different shapes and sizes. It doesn't matter what you are, who you are, where you're from, what age you are. You can speak to someone who was a hoarder and you wouldn't even know.
And in here, I don't know, it's all a mess. I don't know which bit.
Well, that's what we're here for. I mean, we're going to help you. We're just going to be your arms and legs and eyes, you know. It won't be, don't stress yourself, you know. With a hoarder, they've got an emotional attachment to every item. Don't throw that away. I want to keep that. You can identify what you want us to take and what you want to keep, and then we'll get rid of the items that you don't want.
Okay.
And then we'll tidy up.
All right, that'll be fine. Yeah.
But it's not going to be that easy.
Clearing with somebody terrifies me. I feel like I'm going to be rushed, and then I'm going to let something go that I did want to keep. I see. It's going to be hard, this bit.
Work begins, but it's not long before Janice spots an unscheduled departure.
No, these aren't to go. I did say that. These are not to go.
Oh, the suitcases.
I told you not to take the suit. Where's the other suitcase?
It's there, look. Yeah.
I've already bagged everything up that's ready to go, not the suitcases.
Just 6 miles away in Wallasey, Nigel has got previous as a hoarder. In 2011, his home was cleared, but since then, he's gone back to his hoarding ways.
I think sometimes when you're hoarding, you don't always see what you've got around you. You tend to blank it out. It is very complicated because your mind works so differently than other people, but they don't understand the emotions, what goes off in your head, how you feel, how things make you feel.
So today, help is at hand. Psychologist and hoarding expert Claire Darhill is paying a visit to help him on the road to recovery.
The problem is always up here for the way the hoarder thinks. So people think, oh, we'll clear the house and that'll be fine and it'll get rid of the problem. But the problem is the hoarder's faulty thoughts and feelings about their possessions. Hiya, Nigel.
Hiya.
I'm Claire.
Come in.
Yeah, thank you. How long has this taken to reach this level?
I would say it's got this bad over the last 12 months.
Okay.
So a lot of it is things that I'm in the middle of doing, things that I keep saying I must get around to finishing off. But then instead of finishing one, then I wanted to start another one and then another one and so on and so on. Maybe you're distracting yourself a lot of the time. The way that you really feel, we're keeping busy. I see your body's feeling uncomfortable. Yeah. Because we're coming to the root of something that makes you feel uncomfortable, that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to think about. So tell me about the bereavement. I lost my partner through cancer. It was quite quick in a way. There wasn't a lot of time to think really about what was happening. It was just a case of, you just got to do what you can do and that's it. So that was quite traumatic. What would he think if he saw this? He would be horrified, really, because we were both very house proud. What happened with so many hoarders is that process, that digestion has stopped. It's not a favoured thing, so we'll do other things instead. We'll collect, we'll accumulate, we'll keep busy, rather than have the time to sit and think about the bereavement, the depression, the illness. And so what you've done here, you've blocked all of that up perfectly. You've gone back to a coping mechanism. So a little bit like if somebody had a drug or an alcohol problem, when things came to crunch time in their life, they will often slip back. And that's, in effect, where you are right now. Yeah, I suppose I realise it's becoming bad, but I don't know, I just think, well, it's not as bad as it was. I think it's just, I've got my hobbies and they've just sort of got a bit out of hand. You need to accept how bad this has become. This is not just a little bit of gotten behind. This is, we've relapsed, okay, that's fine. But now is the time to act before we are digging you out of this in 5, 10 years' time. I think it's like many hoarders, Nigel's got a lot of issues around undigested grief. A lot of the regulation has gone from his life with the loss of his partner. And I think that's been huge, and I don't really think Nigel's accepted the gravity of that and the impact it's had on him and his behaviour. Nigel and I have talked today about the things that he can do that would be helpful for him. Some coping strategies, just spending 10 minutes a day, sitting with his thoughts, maybe allowing himself to process some of the grief and the loss that he has experienced, rather than just this keep him busy mentality that he seems to have that's just added to his hoarding problems.
Coming up, Kaz unveils her secret weapon.
It's actually a garden hoe.
And Nigel welcomes some old friends. In Liverpool, work is underway, but Janice is struggling to let go.
So what are we doing in here?
I want to keep everything.
Do you?
Yes.
For many hoarders, their possessions are almost part of them.
A lot of people who hoard do not want to engage. There's always something in the back of the mind which goes, no, I'll keep this, I'll keep that, I'll keep that. It's a stressful job for both them, the hoarder, the family of the hoarder, the neighbours of the hoarder, and the people who are clearing the hoard. What is the hardest part about it?
I know I got to get rid of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to get rid of it,
Yeah.
but when I get to the
Getting rid of it part, it falls to bits. Okay.
I fall to
How
pieces.
I think you should deal with it, right, is anything which is rubbish, which has got no use to you, no use to anyone, get rid of it. Okay, like this here, for instance.
No,
But I mean,
I
look,
want to fix it.
do you
I
really?
can't buy it again.
Do you really? What is it?
It's a table.
Yeah, but I mean, it's. Are you going to fix it?
Yes.
How are you going to? I couldn't fix that. Do you know what I mean? You can buy something similar.
No, you can't.
You can.
I've not seen any.
I've seen them.
In that colour.
Maybe not in that colour. I mean, do you really, really want it? Don't think about it.
No, I don't want it.
You know, it's that little thing on your shoulder saying,
Yeah.
keep it, keep it, keep it. 1-0 George.
I knew I had some of those. I can't make my mind up over that. I'll leave it here for now.
You want to get rid of the rubbish, basically.
Oh, I need the address.
Oh dear.
I've got my dirty washing in here as well. I've been looking for that everywhere. It's an error. Yeah, I've got loads of them. I had 2,
Yeah.
and because I couldn't get to them, I went out and bought another one.
Yeah.
If Janice is to conquer her hoarding, she's going to have to learn to let go.
No.
That's rubbish, that Jan. Nothing in there at all.
Why am I keeping this? Why?
That's what I mean.
Weird,
You see.
isn't it?
You know, if you're thinking on the lines that you are, if you're identifying this in here and asking me, why are you keeping that? That now is an achievement in itself.
Yes.
Because you can see what I can see, what everyone else can see.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
No problem. You are now cured.
Across the Mersey in Wallasey, and with a new sense of determination, Nigel has raised the alarm. And specialist cleaners, the decluttered divas, are back for a second time to help him with his hoarding ways.
Sort of feeling quite excited about seeing the divas, but a bit apprehensive as well.
I'm really interested to see how extreme it is. Obviously, because we're back, I feel that it's obviously going to be quite a lot to do.
We will have a chat to Nigel and see where he is, see where it all went wrong, and see how we can go forward.
I hope you're going to be firm today. Second time round now, you've got to play hardball with him.
As you know, I'm the softer one out of the 2.
No, you need to firm up.
Coming in.
We certainly are. Come on then.
Wow.
I can smell it. Can you, Ellie?
I've got a little problem with little madam. She tends to piddle in this corner.
I can smell it a little
Yeah.
bit. Can you? The ammonia.
Well, no, because I've got no sense of smell.
It's chaos. It's chaos,
chaos.
at the moment.
Yeah.
You've got one tiny area to sit. You don't like it like this, do you? Really?
Yeah, I love it.
No, you don't. Why are we here? You don't, do you?
No, I don't.
How many knitting machines you got, darling?
2, 3, 4, probably 5 plus the 2 in there.
It seems an awful lot of machines. You need them all.
Yes.
No, I'm just checking.
It's a tall order, and there's no time to spare.
Right, plan of action this morning then is the hall and the lounge.
It's a shame, but unfortunately, because of the things that have happened to Nigel, that is what's caused it all.
I think what we have to understand is when traumas happen and episodes, losses, whatever, you know, we don't all act the same. We're all affected by this differently. Some of us are able to pick ourselves up. Sometimes health comes an issue. I'm pleased we're coming back, but I do feel this time I've got to be a little bit firmer, and I want him to really work. And I think he knows we really mean business, and I really want to give him back his home.
They have 2 days to clean, clear, and declutter the flat. Esther's kitchen is cleared, and now it needs Kaz's secret weapon.
It's actually a garden hoe. You can get anything up. This won't just take a mop. This is too embedded. Yes, it's all about the garden hoe right now. I love it. I love me a garden hoe, I do.
The pots and pans have been removed from the bath, but there's still leftovers to deal with.
What's that?
Rice. It was rice in there. That's probably what's blocking the plug hole.
Meanwhile, in Wallasey, Nigel is preparing himself for the clearance.
It's quite a good feeling knowing that I'm starting to get rid of the things that have been causing me problems.
That's perfect. Come on, Nigel. So we're going to try and put these things into order. But you need to identify things that you know that can go, whether it's to charity, whether it's to your knitting ladies, whatever. But
right.
So in here, in this box here, start to declutter those bits for me, just so I can see what's worth keeping. You're not listening to me now, are you?
Yes, I am.
You switched off.
I know what I'm doing. Sometimes it can be a bit overfacing if you're trying to do too much at one time. So.
Am I going too fast for you, Nigel?
No, I'm all right now.
You needed to sit down now.
I needed to sit down, yeah.
Okay, got it?
Yeah. There's no point in carrying on when someone's starting to feel jaded and overwhelmed, so that'll be the key, watching him.
I can be very stubborn at times. If somebody pushes and pushes and pushes, I will just dig my heels in and they just won't get anywhere. Not got in there yet.
It's right.
You got it?
Yeah.
It's coming to the end of the first day.
I think Nigel's worked really hard today.
You have? Really?
Considering how much stuff is in here and how long we've been engaged today, I think you've done well.
Yeah.
And you're still smiling.
Still smiling up to now, yeah.
He's been more focused, more committed than I expected.
We've tried to concentrate on getting the rubbish out today, the things that he really doesn't need.
He has got to lose a lot of stuff tomorrow.
In Liverpool, George and his team have worked tirelessly for 2 days to clear Janice's hoard, but it's still a work in progress.
We're nowhere near finished. I mean, I'm happy with the last few days, how we've got on. It's going to get easier from now.
But they have rediscovered parts of Janice's home that she's not seen for years. Where once there was a wall of clutter, she now has somewhere to sit and enjoy her garden.
Jan, right, we are finished.
And she no longer shares her bedroom with tons of clothes.
Oh, great.
What you want to try and do is not bring anything else in here.
No.
Try and keep it like this. So when was the last time you seen it like this?
Oh, it must be at least 10 years.
10?
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. It certainly makes a difference. I'm never going to put anything else in here because it's just so pleasant and it's so nice.
That's what I mean.
This bit here
Yeah.
spurs me on to do that,
Yeah.
to do all that.
So this isn't goodbye, it's just au revoir.
Until next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll speak to you soon. It means a lot to get the conservatory back. And now I can look out and see the garden and watch the birds. It just makes me feel better within myself. I don't feel as lonely now.
In Wallasey, it's the last day of Nigel's clearance, and there's still lots for the divas to do. But there's something blocking their progress.
Now we're going to start this room, which as you can see, it's a huge challenge. So Here goes.
This is the one that you're going to go through. Here's your shredding bag
Yeah.
for anything that's confidential.
So this is my homework while the girls start emptying the other room.
When we're working in a confined space, it just makes everything so much more difficult. A lot of people have the hobbies. They spend their time collecting everything. And unfortunately, the one thing they really want to do, they can't get to do because the actual hoard stops them enjoying what they really need to enjoy. That's the shame of it. We've got a hell of a lot to get through.
But before anything can be thrown away, Nigel has to give the go-ahead.
Kate?
Yeah. Bin.
Bin, that one.
Yeah. Go in.
Charity?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they can all... No, the cream, I know I've got a blanket part done. It's the cream and that need to be kept.
We have to get the space to bring all this stuff in to make sure we can categorise it and make sure he's keeping the right stuff, and then he can actually enjoy what he's got.
So, we have our first full bag of donation wool.
Fantastic, Nigel!
But as fast as Zoe is making space, Nigel wants to fill it.
I can actually now, hopefully, bring one of the machines back out the bedroom into here.
What, big machine?
Yeah.
Well, where are you going to put it? An hour to finish off what we're doing. Which is still quite a lot of stuff to get through. It's never fast work when you're working with people like Nigel, and you can only declutter so much because that's as much as you're going to get away with before they would get really distressed with you. Right, let's finish these last bits, Nigel.
Right.
We've got all of a little time left.
Coming up, Esther reveals her tricks of the trade.
There's a house at the corner there. They just left all this stuff at the back. So I took it.
And it all ends in tears for Nigel.
Oh, please don't cry.
It's all right.
In Great Yarmouth, Esther is under threat of eviction. So if she wants to keep her home, her daily routine is going to have to change.
I collect almost everything, basically. So this is where I take my walk. And sometimes during my walk, I see some good things. People put stuff in the alleyway, hoping someone will find it, to be honest. It can be anything. Obviously, you don't take something broken, but I found bags, balls, sometimes furniture. But I don't take electrical stuff because I don't know if it's gonna work. Like there's a house at the corner there. They just left all this stuff at the back with the gate open. So I took what I need. It has to be specific use and useful. And especially if it's something you need, it's brilliant. I think it's an adrenaline rush. I think the finding stuff, it's like maybe if someone goes fishing, they're excited about a big fish. So I think I get excited that I got something I can use. That you know you can't take. But someone who does computering and maybe they need that for spares, that it's been removed, some people will take that. I don't know what it's there for, but there's something. It's not just alleyways. People will write free. Like my mirror, it was one of my neighbors, but they will put free, take it. And like here, I know the lady, she moved out, so she left a step there, a bicycle and stuff, a little ladder, says free to take. So I took it.
Over in Wallasey, the decluttered divas are making plans for Nigel.
Some of these items in here he hasn't seen for many years. So he's going to play a bit of a game with himself, saying it's going to be saying to him, oh, come to me, I want it, because his passion is the craft. But he's also got to actually really be honest with himself and say, am I really liking it that now? Am I going to do that? Am I going to achieve that now? Before I thought I could, but now I know it's not reasonable. So he has to let go.
Zoe and Alison have finally finished cleaning and reorganising Nigel's flat.
Well, Nigel, Well done, Nigel. I think you've worked really hard. Haven't you? Oh, please don't cry.
It's all right. When there's somebody there, it gives you the motivation to do it. Whereas if you're on your own...
And that is it.
It's
a lot
key.
of people just need that helping hand.
Yeah.
Because it is difficult to do it on your own.
Those tears now are tears of happiness, so
Yeah.
that's good for you.
You take care, Nigel. See you
bless
later.
you.
Thanks.
Come here, give us a hug. Oh, bless you. Take care, Nigel.
All the best.
All right.
Look after yourself.
Yeah. Bye.
I didn't actually expect him to have tears, but it was tears of joy. It is difficult for him, but I think this time he's actually got it.
It looks great in here. The difference is amazing. Got all the space back. Having everything tidy, clean will make a big difference because it will make it a lot easier for me to get around the flat, to do the things I want to do, maybe have visitors back in. It is going to make a big difference. Yeah.
After 3 grueling days' work, have Kaz and T done enough to save Esther from eviction?
Essie,
Yes.
we're finished now. Come on up.
Okay.
After you, my darling.
Oh,
What do you think?
I think it's awesome.
What looked like landfill is now somewhere to sleep.
This is your new living room.
Oh, what was again? Awesome. You know, I wasn't spending a lot of time in here.
No.
But now I'll be happy to spend time in here.
And there is a kitchen.
So at least it's clear now. There's nothing on the floor. Oh, wow.
It's so bright.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really bright, honestly.
So, Essie, how you feeling now you've seen all your place and...
I could actually cry. I'm not kidding.
Don't cry.
I'm touched.
Come here.
Come here. You need a group hug, you do, don't you?
It's been so good. It's been a stressful experience, but the outcome is fabulous. I feel like my mind is free, you know what I mean? I don't need the stress. I feel you don't even know what you've done for me. Yeah, I put myself out there and I said, I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to be a secret anymore. I want to be free of it because then it has a hold on me. And I'm not a person who shuts people out. And I don't want to be shut out because of things, you know what I mean? And what you've done for me is given me that aspect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely.
It's so good to be understood, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm touched.
There was a notice of eviction, but as we've come in, there should be no reason to go ahead with it because it's in a good place right now.
I am very, very, very grateful. I think it takes a lot of guts or humility to put myself out there, but at the end of the day, if I need help, for me, I actually am proud of myself that I got help. I might be a hoarder for life, but I'm aware of the steps to take not to go back to that place.
It's a job well done for us, as usual. High five.
High five, girl.